First at 7, a family calling for justice.
We just want justice. So if anybody knows anything, just say it. Don't stay quiet.
A grandmother killed while making dinner in her own home. Where the investigation in her death stands.
Car thefts and crashes, including one involving a rideshare driver, leading to 5 people being arrested in Glastonbury.
President Biden arriving in Brussels for his first NATO summit, what it means for U.S. allies and adversaries.
The hardship of forming a new government is behind us, and now the citizens of Israel are all looking at us.
Change of leadership in Israel. More on the new prime minister and what it means for Israelis.
And a Connecticut win at the Westminster Dog Show. All the details right here, right now at 7.
All local, all morning. The Fox 61 Morning News starts now.
And we begin at 7 with breaking news. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Good news in the fight against COVID-19. The vaccine maker Novavax said its COVID-19 vaccine appears to be about 90% effective. The Maryland-based company said its vaccine also protected well against variants. This was in a large late-stage study conducted in the U.S. and Mexico. The company said it plans to seek authorization for the shots in the U.S., elsewhere, Europe and elsewhere by the end of September. And given how things are going with vaccinations here in the U.S., this looks like this is more of a good news, especially for the rest of the world, where they're still trying to get more and more vaccines into arms.
And also breaking for you, President Biden getting ready to meet with world leaders at NATO in Brussels. A short time ago, POTUS meeting with Jens Stoltenberg, the Secretary General of NATO.
Also caught on camera, a Ledyard police officer, nearly sideswiped by a car during a traffic stop early Saturday morning. Actually, the officer was hit. Sort of looks like on the butt.
Yeah.
Minor injuries, they're calling it. Police still looking for that car and that driver. We're going to have more in a few minutes.
We're turning to the Weather Watch this morning, starting a new week as we take a live look here. Check out the view from our Mohegan Sun camera. Looking a little cloudy there.
It's cloudy there, but boy, we have some big thunder boomers in the western part of the state making their way across. Dan Amarenti, it looks like Torrington, Waterbury right now, they're under the gun.
Exactly, yeah. The Route 8 corridor, again, drenched right now. We got some heavy downpours. We have a lot of lightning and thunder. Just try to stay as safe as you can. Maybe, drive the kids to the bus stop or whatever, instead of keeping them outside in this kind of weather, because it can be dangerous. Lightning safety is something we all have to be aware of. It affects everyone who goes outside. So just remember, when thunder roars, go indoors. Try to stay inside as best you can. If you do hear those rumbles of thunder, that's part of the reason I stepped inside. I could hear some rumbles of thunder from where I am. So out there right now, we got the Waterbury area really getting drenched at this moment, just to the west of the city itself, but it's kind of moving into downtown as we speak. Southbury, Middlebury, Woodbury, Roxbury, all the berries getting poured on right now with the heavy rain and some not really any major gusty winds, but just maybe just enough of a breeze that it kind of blows that rain around. Right over Morris right now, that's where the heaviest of it is. We'll actually take you in to a street view here. Benton Road getting poured on. Slab Meadow Road, there you go, right around Route 63. Absolutely raining heavily, and maybe even a whole bunch of lightning in that area, a little cluster. That's where some of the strongest part of that storm is. You go up towards Litchfield, Goshen, will continue to go a little farther to the north, Cornwall, Mohawk Mountain, some beautiful farmland in Goshen getting some beneficial rain, I suppose, but obviously you don't want to see this for the morning commute. Norfolk getting rained on, Winchester as well. Someone had messaged me on Twitter saying that their dog Lady was a little scared of the rumbles of thunder. I don't blame you, Lady. It gets a little scary when you hear all that thunder. Some of the dogs may need to be extra comforted this morning. Now, as we go through the rest of the day today, we'll have a lot of cloud cover around and possibly some lingering showers, but overall I think we'll quiet things down once we get this initial burst of rain to come through. Things will just be on the scattered shower side as opposed to anything widespread. Temperatures will stay cool. We're in the 50s and 60s this morning, only getting into the 60s to near 70 by this afternoon with that mostly cloudy sky, those thunderstorms this morning, and then some scattered showers just kind of on and off throughout the rest of the day, but not a total washout of a day at all. So I would highly recommend bringing the umbrella, and of course just try to stay safe as best you can again this morning with those thunderstorms rolling through. Very poorly timed, right in the 7 o'clock hour, moving right across the state. So Hartford, you got maybe another 20 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes before those showers and storms roll their way in. We'll keep you up to date with that. We'll have another check on the radar coming up in just a bit. Right now, we're going to get a check on traffic. I mean, right along that 84 corridor, I'm trying to say, in the Waterbury area, getting pretty active, Maggie. Well, let's take a look at what's going on in the traffic world from the Fox 61 CT DOT Traffic Center. Hey, Maggie.
That's right, Dan. Yes, good morning, everyone. We'll take you into Danbury, show you that stretch of 84 in just a moment. Not too far from there in Bethel, we still have a closure in place from Friday morning. This is all tied to some emergency road work taking place pertaining to Metro North out by Depot Place. So just a heads up, that stretch of Greenwood Ave, Route 302, remains closed. Also down in Greenwich, a portion of Hamilton Avenue currently blocked off after a utility pole with some wires came down and ended up in the roadway. Here's 84 once again through Danbury. Again, it's starting to get pretty wet through here. Definitely something to think about as you begin your morning travels. And of course, we're going to keep a close eye on the roadways and how the rain starts to factor into the morning commute equation here. Hartford eastbound side of 84, brief delay as you approach the downtown exits and those 91 ramps. Busy down in Fairfield County. This is where the backup begins. So in Bridgeport, southbound side of I-95 between exits 27 and 26. And it's a slow ride right through Fairfield approaching the Westport line. Route 15 starting to see some delays out of Trumbull. New Haven still looks good, both 91 and 95, offering a nice and quiet ride. From the Fox 61 CT DOT Traffic Center, that is the latest on the roads. Back to you.
Maggie, thanks so much. All right, 7:06 right now, and Hartford community still grieving after a beloved mother and grandmother was shot and killed while cooking dinner in her own home. It happened on Sisson Avenue last week. Neighbors and loved ones came together over the weekend to remember 56-year-old Sylvia Cordova. Fox 61's Angelo Pavaro was joining us live in Hartford with the family's message and an update on the search for the person or people responsible.
Good morning. And the heartbreak in this community, it is still so raw this morning. Just take a look behind me, because this right here, this was Sylvia's home, and you can see the candles that have been set out here. We've also got the flowers on the porch, and then we've also got that sign that's hanging up that says, "We love you, Pebbles." That was Sylvia's nickname. Just a really heartbreaking scene to look at. And this is where neighbors and loved ones, they met yesterday to grieve and share their memories. Take a listen to Sylvia's daughter.
My mom was a